Do you think about money a lot?
I don't know. Money is one of these things that it's so pervasive. It's kind of hard to know if you do think about it a lot or not. I think a lot about it in terms of my research.
How so?
Well, I think because I write about happiness and habits in human nature. And within that huge area, I think money is one of the most emotionally charged and complex and difficult for people to grapple with, as I'm sure you know. It's highly emotional.
Yeah.
It's something where people are drawn to it and repelled by it. They want it and they are afraid of it and they can't look at it and they can't look away. And it stands for so many things. Money is security. It's an A+ at the top of your report card. It's giving. It's possibility. It's opportunity. It can turn into, there's a great Gertrude Stein quotation where she says something like, money is money, and in the end people always decide if money is money, and they always decide that money is money. And I'm like, what does it mean that money is money? But money definitely is money.
Wow.
Whatever that means for us. Yeah.
What do you think it means to you on a day-to-day basis?
I think some people are kind of upsides and people are more looking at the downside. And for me, money is very important for security. Like, I like to not have to think about it. Like, I love every time I pay bills, I'm always thinking, oh, I'm so happy I can just pay this bill. I'm so happy I can pay this credit card bill, right up front. So I love the feeling of security that it gives me. I'm not very adventurous. So the idea like, oh, I could go to Tokyo, I don't think about that as much. Whereas I think for some people, money really represents opportunity and possibility much more. But I also am doing exactly what I want to do. And I think for a lot of people, money represents the freedom to do what you want with your life. And fortunately, I get paid to do exactly what I would be doing for free. And so I don't have to think about money in that way, which is, something that I never take for granted.
It's the biggest privilege probably there is financially. But it's interesting because I feel like what the Upper East Side might be to general New Yorkers, I feel like New York is to most of the rest of the country in the sense that it is so expensive, or money is so prevalent that you almost become numb to the level to which money is a factor in everyday life. And I'm curious if looking around, like even just walking outside your apartment, you ever feel, because I certainly feel, especially if I go to like Soho or something, sometimes just like punched in the face by the amount of just money and luxury and access and things that are all around us constantly.
Yeah. I get that way when I walk up and down Madison Avenue sometimes. There's a great, who said it? It's like Socrates or somebody had something like, he was like in the marketplace and he said, how happy I am about all the things I don't want, or something like that. I feel that way. Like, you watch Succession. I don't know if you watch Succession. It's like,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, what you see, what I think it illustrates something that people are very aware of and yet always have to be reminded of, which is that money doesn't buy happiness.
Right.
It doesn't buy happiness. You can be on the fanciest yacht in the world, and if you're fighting with your family, like, you don't care about how much free orange juice you can get. On the other hand, I think people often are like, well, money doesn't buy happiness. And then they gloss over the idea that money can buy many things that do contribute to happiness.
Very true.
And security, or healthcare, or, if your kid wants ballet lessons, or you want to get a dog, like all these things. I remember somebody telling me, money doesn't matter to me at all. I have a horse. I spent all my money on my horse, and money, I don't care about money. I'm like, okay, but here's the thing. You spent your money to buy a horse. And she's like, right, that's why money doesn't matter to me. And I'm like, money matters tremendously.
The horse is money.
The horse is money. The horse is money. Now, you made a very happy choice and you bought a horse. And just like dogs, it's like dogs are expensive. But many people would say it's like, nothing makes me happier than my dog. But are you choosing wisely? Because some things are more likely to contribute to happiness than other things. So buying a bicycle, if you go biking all the time, is going to contribute to your happiness. If you buy a bike and leave it in the garage all the time, that's not going to add to your happiness, because it's just a foolish choice. It's like a fantasy self. Or like knives. Like, a friend of mine bought like a super fancy set of knives. She cooks all the time. So for her, it's like a joy. Beautiful tools make work a joy. But for somebody who just has them to sit on the counter, it's like create the impression that he cooks.
Right.
That's not going to add to your happiness. That's just like an empty show. Or like, you go gambling. It's like, maybe it's super fun, and it's like, you're going with your best friends from college, and it's a whole experience, and like you lose $1,000 and it's fine. Or maybe you have a real gambling problem, and gambling is the worst possible thing you could do. So a lot of it is Are you making wise choices? What are you spending your money on? Money is just, it's just something that can be used. It can be used wisely or unwisely.